Welcome to the A-Train Show. And now here's your host, the A-Train, Arlington Lane.
Durant, back to Curry, dancing on Batum, over the double team. Oh! It's a golden dagger! Night! Curry, unconscious in the fourth. Davis with a rebound. Up ahead for Booker, exclamation point.
He's a bad boy. Night.
8 threes for Curry. He has sent the French crowd into a frenzy they will never forget. Kalia Copper has been Kalia Gold today. No timeouts here. Johannes up ahead. It's Williams. That was a two. Banked it in. A two ball. And the United States is going to claim gold for the 8th consecutive Olympics. What a finish. Williams with her foot on the line.
Ball is inbounded here. Catches it. And you're absolutely right. 2 points, but not enough.
And welcome to this edition of the A-Train Show. It's Fun Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Fun Fan Friday is here, and grateful to be on board with you guys today. Man, if you saw those videos, I know, look, this was last week, but still, we still on a high a bit from those two games, and we got a chance to see some great competition over that last week. And I'm grateful again to see that. And it was everything. It was everything. And I was very proud and pleased that the competition level was just fantastic. And yeah, I mean, he's here. All right, you know that song, the music. That means the doctor's in the house. So let's get right into it. He's here.
Let's get it.
Pastor Bailey's in the house. Pastor Bailey's in the house. How you doing, sir?
What's up, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Today is a great day. It's a great day, man. And and we're gonna get into this real quick. We touched just a little bit. You saw the highlight. Steph Curry, with Noah Eagle calling it the golden dagger, to solidify the gold medal for the USA men's team. And then the women had an interesting finish with France hitting a 2 instead of a 3 to tie the game. And the women get their 8th gold medal. And from what you got a chance to see, did you like the level of competition that was in this Olympic tournament?
I loved it. I loved every ounce of it. And I think this is what makes basketball great, is that back in the day, in the 90s, when Jordan and Scotty and Larry and Magic all had the dream team, they didn't have as many overseas players or country players to play in the NBA at that time. And so the level of expansion makes this great basketball. I think somebody even said, I think they said that during that time they had in the single digits almost to like under 20 playing in the NBA, and then you get this crew that plays over 80 international players. Like, so the expansion of this is great. So it was great for basketball, y'all. It was really, really great for basketball to watch both teams play at high levels. And then I call Steph to me, he is the shooter's Achilles heel. Like he he will hurt a person if you don't watch him. One of my boys sent me a video of a guy talking about you got to guard Steph when he first wake up, because once you get up beyond. And he talking about this is how y'all are. I gotta guard y'all like that. I'm like, no, but he said that's how you have to guard Steph. You gotta everywhere he move, you gotta move with him, because if you don't, it's a great possibility that he's gonna nail that shot. So it was great for basketball, men and women, both sides. It was just great for basketball, and I like that the goal games were high octane, where it wasn't a blowout. Like, I wanted to see heavy competition, so it gave us what we needed to see.
And I think the style of the game has changed a lot since over 30 years ago. If you look at it, a lot more teams these days are utilizing the three. I mentioned it on Tuesday with JTK, was that nowadays everybody on the floor can hit a three-pointer.
That's facts.
That wasn't a thing 30 or so years ago. It was, you had your big men that did their job in the paint. You had your wing men that would either drive or take a shot from the outside. And you had your guards that distribute the ball and also take shots from the outside. It was broken up into roles.
Yeah.
Granted, everybody has their role these days, but it's different compared to what it was 30 years ago. And a lot of people believe that Steph Curry is the blame and the reason for that. And I'm like, it's not his fault that, one, he's the greatest shooter of all time. Two, you had a father that shot 35-40% from the three-point lane with ease. You know what I mean? And he was one of the deadliest accurate. He was one of the most accurate shooters in the game. And you can't blame him from that, because all he did was take advantage of what was given to him. He was doing it at Davidson.
In that moment.
He did it at Davidson, and he did it when he got into the league. So it's like, but that's the thing, is a lot of teams conform to that. If you want to blame Steve Kerr for that type of coaching, okay, fine, whatever. But that's not you can't put everything solely on him because of how the perimeter game has changed. But it was going to have to change at some point.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm saying.
I totally agree. And the game has always been progressive. So you need, they have made major moves in major areas based on major players who hits a certain place. Jordan, he hit his era, and he dominated that particular he dominated that particular position, and he mastered it. You know what I'm saying? And so you got people like Kobe imitating that kind of brand of basketball. But then Kobe comes in, then you got Shaq that comes in the middle and start dominating the middle. So, everybody, AI was killer, was one of the greatest to ever play to cultivate a change in NBA. So you're always going to have that. We got a LeBron, we got a Steph Curry. We have those guys that are coming in. I thought, and this is my honest opinion, I thought Ja Morant would have been one of those faces outside of Anthony Edwards. Now would have been one of those up and coming faces of the NBA. Ja Morant is a monster.
He is a monster, but it's like he got in his own way. To get to where he's at now, because he could have been on that. He should have been on that USA team, no lie. And I guarantee you, like you said, you could have had a viral moment. I mean, it's going to be more than a viral moment than like what Vince Carter did in 2000. Him jumping over somebody. He could have had that, but I get it. But it's up here right now. And Anthony Edwards is a gamer, and I know right now he's still young. This is like his 4th or 5th year in the league now, but still, it's like he just surpassed Ja Morant for what he did. He may not did a lot that you expect to see in his past season. Past year, man.
Yeah, I
one
agree.
slowed down and one rose up. So
man.
I'm like, come on, man.
Because I just knew Ja Morant was going to be
a monster.
The next
he
AI.
Still is.
I mean, he can play, man, but we got to get him in there one good year and let him just lay into that thing. Because, man, I'm telling you, bro, He's a monster, dude.
I wouldn't mind seeing a deep Ja Morant run in the playoffs. What that look like? And I think we had that a little bit. I think we had that in 2022, I want to say.
Yeah, before the gun thing went down.
Yeah, I think we had that.
Yeah.
And it's like that's where he should be right now, man, because Memphis has a squad where with him on the floor, it just makes everything way better than it is. But
agreed.
You know, things have happened over the last couple of years, and you know, it kind of changed the dynamic where Anthony Edwards just rose through the ranks. And surpassed them. So now
taking over the league.
Ja gonna want it back. Case in point, the NBA schedule just dropped on yesterday.
Did it?
And yes, and those matchups have already hit.
You
know, they've already hit, man. And opening night starts off with the Celtics and the Knicks.
Ooh.
A great way to kick off the season, right?
That's gonna be rich.
Boston, and it's perfect because it's ring night
in Boston. Is it in Boston? It's gonna be in Boston.
Of course. You gotta open the season. You gotta open the season in Boston. So Knicks and Celtics, and then Minnesota and the Lakers start off the nightcap, and that's on October 23rd. So we just a couple of months away, folks, from the kickoff of the NBA season, man. And hey, people's like, well, what happened to the Warriors in opening week? Well, it's not that, but they're here. You know what I'm saying? But they get 24 national TV games this season, so you will get a chance to see them at least about a third, less than a third of the year. So they're still getting that national TV reign. They're not dead yet, despite the fact that they lost one Klay Thompson to the Dallas Mavericks. And so I'm looking forward to seeing that opening weekend. And as a matter of fact, if I can check it really quick.
These teams are looking massive, man. Jeez Louise. Like, I'm loving it. I'm ready for basketball season, man. I'm telling you, I'm so amped up for it. It's a whole nother ball game for me. I'm so amped up for basketball season, man. You wouldn't believe it. I'm so amped up for it. I'm so amped up for it.
And it says here it is. I can try and catch it really quick for you, our viewers. This is from NBA.com. This is the opening week schedule.
What just happened on my screen?
There it is. I think you just put the blurs in the back. So here it is.
Look, I was like, what happened to my screen? Okay,
you put the blur in the back. I think.
Oh, cool. I see.
You can really see it.
I was like, what happened?
But there it is. There's Minnesota and the Lakers alone, and the Knicks and the Celtics in that first day. And then ESPN got the Bucks and Sixers to kick off their ESPN schedule. And then Phoenix at the Clippers, who's in their new stadium, to kick off their year.
That's going to be good. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah,
the San Antonio Dallas is going to be good too.
Yeah, and TNT is doing a double, doing 2 nights. For this opening week, so they got Spurs and Dallas.
That Friday night. Oh my god! I'm ready.
Seeing it.
Oh, I'm ready.
Seeing it there.
Oh, I'm ready.
And it's looking really nice, especially that Saturday triple header on NBA TV.
Yeah,
Clippers, Nuggets, Magic, the resurgence of the Orlando Magic against the Memphis Grizzlies, and then the Kings take on the Lakers. You'll get to see the Lakers 3 times on national television that opening weekend. And I'm not the biggest LeBron fan, but let me tell you something. The longevity of him, man, he's kicking off his 22nd year in the NBA. That's tying the record with Vince Carter.
Yes, sir. He's going to break it.
You think he's going to do another year after this?
Yes, sir.
There's no way.
Sir. Yes, sir. He's going to do one more. He's going to do one more. I'm telling you, he's going to close it out at 23. What is his number?
Wow. He's going to try it. He's going to try it.
He's going to close it out he's gonna close. He's gonna play limited amount of minutes, but he's gonna close it out in 23 because that's
I don't
his
even
number.
think he plays a limited amount of minutes. He's going to play a select amount of games.
Maybe
Like he's going to have.
he gonna pull that John Cena. He gonna pull that John Cena.
But the reason why I say that is because it's going to be last games in certain cities. It'll be like a citywide tour, like you said, with Cena in select cities. And, you know, he might try to say, I'll pull
23. 23.
But you think it's 23 years that we got with this one, huh?
That's it. That's
All
it.
right.
He gonna have the record. He gonna hold the record for the rest. He's gonna carry the record for 23.
I want to give, before I take a break, I want to give a personal shout out to these guys, Noah Eagle and Dwayne Wade. The reason why I say so, they did an amazing job. And LaChina Robinson, I want to give her credit too, because they did a phenomenal job, especially Noah Eagle. If you don't know who Noah Eagle is, let me tell you something, Pastor. Noah Eagle is the son of Iron Eagle. Great basketball announcer, football announcer. You hear him. And I think one person that I'm not a big fan of, Nick Wright, he said this about Noah Eagle. He's going to surpass his dad. And I said, yeah, that's one thing I can agree with. When I say Noah Eagle delivered during the Olympics, and I mean, I've heard his work now. Don't get me wrong. He is phenomenal. Like he's one of those voices that you're going to hear often. And now with this thing with the NBA on NBC coming back, could we see this group together doing games? Dwayne Wade and Noah Eagle doing some games either on NBC or USA. I would love to see that.
Absolutely, you will. You will.
Yeah.
Especially, and they may pull it in Miami.
Hey, that'll be fun.
Can see it
I
coming.
definitely want to see
see it coming.
Would occur with that. All right, we finna take a timeout before, and then we're gonna come back. We're gonna talk. No, it's going down. Wait, check this out. What happened on NXT Tuesday night? We got some new champs. Who could that be? Find out when we come right back with more of the show. It's Fun Fan Friday right here on Fuel Sports Network. Stay close, folks. Welcome back to this edition of the A-Train Show, the A-Train Arlington Lane. Back at it with the Reverend Doctor, the pastor himself, Pastor Bailey is in the house, joining me here on Fun Fan Friday. And we would talk a little bit about the NBA schedule, what to look forward to in this opening weekend. Of course, the NBA in-season tournament is back. Let me ask you this. Did you ever get a chance to check out the in-season tournament from last year?
I did. I watched some of it. I didn't watch a lot of it because I was on the road.
What were you thinking about that? The in-season tournament. Did you like that?
I did not really, honestly, because I think it takes away from it, adds more games to them. And I really was hoping that it had a better outcome. Like what was the significant? What was the significance of doing it? When, I mean, do we celebrate the fact that LA won it and then they couldn't go far in the playoffs? I mean, how do you celebrate that? Like, just what was the purpose of the in-season tournament? To give people another opportunity to have. What was it? Like, what was the purpose?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, maybe you can help me out. Maybe you can help me out because I don't know what the purpose. I think that was my argument from the beginning. Like,
I can't make it make sense, man, because what the purpose of it, I don't even know. Like, I just think it's just nothing but extra money. They said they put in their pockets. Okay, cool, whatever. If you're doing it for charity, cool. That's whatever, man. As for the extra games, I think they can fit them all into an 82 game season, but they're just putting it. They're just. And they say it is added games because they don't add to their record.
Exactly. That's my point.
They don't add to their record. So I'm sitting back and I'm like, I know you got a fun idea, and it's like you
it didn't give us no value. We ain't have no value.
I don't like that stuff, man. And then they making it even bigger. It's called the NBA Cup now, and I'm like, I don't even see, like, okay, the ladies do it in the WNBA, okay, and you took that idea from what you saw from the W and said, hey, let's put it in with the NBA and think that's going to work. There are some things you just need to leave alone. Leave that to the ladies. They want to do the Commissioner's Cup, cool, leave that for them. I don't need this NBA in-season tournament. That's not to sit here and say to y'all that I don't think that the men deserve it. No, what's the value? I think it's more competitive in the women's and than it is for the men.
I mean, but it makes sense to do it in the women's. It just don't add value to what the men. I mean, half of them jokers always hurt anyway. So it makes sense when the women, if you ever pay attention to the women, the WNBA, there are certain teams that just dominate. Like, all we talk about, LA Sparks, the Las Vegas, we talk about the Aces. We talk about the Comets when they was like. So these are teams that just basically dominated the WNBA since the WNBA has been in existence. So when you have teams that are constantly winning over and over again, you don't really give value to the other teams that's losing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I give you want to give a fight
chance. NBA,
chance.
So many teams that can win. You can win anywhere in the NBA if you get a good nucleus of a team, put them together, man. It's a wrap. It's a guarantee that somewhere down the line you hit the right wins at a certain time. You end up winning. So the WNBA, I can see their value of doing it. I don't see it for the NBA though.
I just see advertisement.
I just think it was.
I just see a lot of advertisement.
Gave them something to highlight for what reason? Well, yeah.
Right, because it made a big joke of the Lakers winning the in-season tournament, man. So it's a big big
y'all won, yeah. What happened? What happens now?
Who cares? Come on, man. And even when it got to the
and then they made a big deal out of it. Oh, like we won it.
And I don't like certain things, but when it comes to television and stuff, like, we make big things out of stuff that's not big at all, man. Like, it ain't a big deal, but you're trying to make it into a big deal. Like, why? Like, why? This ain't no good, man. This is horrendous. It was not good to me. And the courts was ugly. Watching some of them games, man. You get it. You giving these guys free trips to Vegas. You know those.
Hey, but wait. That was one thing I did like though. I kind of actually did like when a shooter started shooting and they had the little fireball under it. It reminded me of like NBA Jam.
Oh my God.
It gave me that NBA Jam feel, you know. It gave me that NBA Jam. He's on fire.
Trash. Just stick it in the trash, man. That was garbage. That was hot, utter garbage, man.
It gave me that NBA Jam feel, man. And so, you know, I was with the court stuff.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it's so cool.
It was corny. It was corny, but it was cool though at the same time. Exactly. It was corny and cool at the same time. It was corny and cool at the same time, man. It was corny and cool at the same time. I was like, that's pretty dope. I like that. I like that. Steph on fire. He's on fire.
No, I ain't down with that stuff, man. Get that out of here.
Give it to me, man.
That's one thing we disagree on. I couldn't stand them courts, man. Them courts were garbage.
Come on,
man.
give it to me, man. Let's put it in the NBA right now. Let's put it in the NBA.
One thing I'm not going to do is touch
it. He's on fire. No, we need to put that NBA Jam in that joker, man. Let's get it.
Hey, I think I've seen a couple of shirts. I think it was one with the WNBA on it. It had it was Asia Wilson and Kelsey Plum, and it was in the style of WNBA Jam. You know, they had the stats at the bottom. You know, when you pick your team on NBA, it was the coolest thing. I was like, man, I gotta have it. You know, I was like, man, so I think I can't remember who made it. I seen it online. I was like, man, I gotta have one of those. That'd be cool to have. But man, a he's on fire thing on the court. Come on, man. Like it you know why Ice Cube mad at the world at the NBA, man.
That was cool, man. You gotta give it up. You gotta give it up. That's retro. That's when you go back to
the nostalgia.
You know, NBA Jams. Remember NBA hoops.
Yeah, oh man, my goodness. Cool. NBA hang time.
I was with it. Yeah, I was with it.
That was a time and a place with that. All right, real quick before we get into the meat, we love talking about wrestling all the time. All right, one thing I love was sports movies. Man, I'm a big fan of sports movies. And last year was probably one of the best ones I've seen in a long time. Do you remember seeing this, Doc? You remember seeing this Air?
Yeah.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Hey, and what's funny is, do you know who made that? You know who made the movie like very watchable to see? It was Viola Davis as Dolores Jordan. She made that movie. I don't care what nobody said. That movie was amazing, and she made that film. And I was very intrigued. Yeah, I was very intrigued by how they did it. And you know how when they set up the movie, I think it dropped on. It had some significant day with Michael Jordan. It was 9. Can't remember when they dropped it. It had some significance with Michael Jordan. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna check it real quick. Real quick.
I love the movie though, man. The movie was pretty dope.
It was April the 5th, 2023, 45 and 23. So it made sense with that. Yeah. And so it was a compelling movie. It's probably one of my favorite sports movies. One of my other favorites I had was Hoop Dreams, the documentary with Arthur Agee and William Gates. It's one of those films where I'm sitting back, I'm like, I love that kind of stuff, man. And learning about those stories. These are Chicago guys back in the 90s, and they had so much footage of these guys. Long period of time. From the time they started high school to the time they ended high school, and then the time they got like right to college. So that was a lot of footage for over a 5-year period. And it was probably one of the best documentaries I have ever seen. Don't get me wrong, The Last Dance will always be one of my favorites. put that in hoop dreams.
Yeah.
It's always a good thing. What any
I
sports
actually
movies
like
of
the
yours?
one with Magic. I like the one with Magic. The joint that Magic put out. When
Is it 30 for 30?
with Jerry. No, this is the one that popped up on. I want to say it was on Netflix or it was on something. It's recent. This is maybe a year ago.
You talking about the Winning Time one with that was on Max?
Yeah. So I
That's a
actually
great
enjoyed
show.
that.
That
But
was a
I'm gonna
great
tell you
show.
my all-time favorite sports basketball rather was Blue Chips with Penny Hardaway and Shaq and Nick Nolte. That's my all-time favorite, dog.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching that. And I'm a big Penny Hardaway fan. Shout out to Penny.
Yeah.
I'm a big Penny Hardaway fan, and man, when I tell you that movie when it came out, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be the movie for me. So yeah, that movie was pretty dope for me. Him going out trying to recruit and all of that, and then them jokers coming in there doing that they did that give and go and that high post pick and roll. Woo! I was like, yeah,
Orlando
man.
Magic days.
Yeah, man. That was my stuff right there. So that's probably one of my all-time favorite basketball. Other than Space Jam, I'm a big cartoon animated guy, so Space Jam was kind of cool for me too. 1 and 2 I thought was pretty dope.
2 is
I didn't like. That's because you're not a big LeBron. You're not a big LeBron fan. See,
I didn't like the concept of the film, man.
When you are but ironically, you got to consider that you can't really do what Mike did. You got to give it a different spin. You got to give it another type of way to give it. Because what Mike did with Pat and Larry Johnson, Grandmama, what he did with all of them in 1, you can't pull that same energy for 2 and make it work. So I thought they did pretty good with trying to do a sequel to it, give it a different feel to it, and then still having Bugs and all of them in it. So it just really good.
It was a more artificial intelligence, I think they did for this one.
Yeah.
Compared to it was just straight. You made these guys monsters, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
But the cameos that they had in the game, in the movie with was it Dame Lillard, Anthony Davis,
yep.
Diana Taurasi, I think, was in it. And Clay was the other, I think. Yeah, so it was interesting.
It was cool. It was cool, man. I thought it was pretty dope. It was fine.
Yeah. So
but Blue Chips is my all-time favorite, though. It's my all-time favorite. It ain't no way I'm gonna watch anything. Anytime I watch it in a basketball clip, it's got to be Blue Chips, because that's watching that whole entire makeup. Nick Nolte getting mad at them because they not listening, and then Shaq and Penny go on the whole binge of beating the dog out of people. I just loved it. I loved every ounce of it. I wish they could have kept it together in Orlando, man. But
you know what? I was about to mention that. So there was a time where that Orlando Magic team was something a force to be reckoned with, man. And you didn't want to go against them for real until a man by the name of Michael Jordan kind of cut that edge. He was mad,
man.
Oh.
If they would have had just one more big piece in there, you had one more big piece in there, we could have made something happen, man. That team was special with Nick Anderson and you got Horace Grant and shit. God, that team was special. Oh man, that team was special, man. That was a special squad, man. And that was one of my favorite teams during that time. Them and of course Magic and the Lakers was one of my favorite teams at that time. And I wasn't a big Jordan fan at first. I didn't become a Jordan fan until after the dunk contest. So it was like the dunk contest made me start looking and paying attention. But I was a big Magic, because I'm a point guard. So I'm looking at people that point guard. I was big Joe Dumars fan. I didn't really like Isaiah, but I liked Joe Dumars because I liked the way Joe would lock down people, man, I wasn't a big Kenny Smith fan, but I was a big Vernon Maxwell fan. Like nobody talks about Vernon Maxwell. So, Vernon Mac was
He was serious.
So
he was serious.
It's stuff like
that.
Serious.
Yeah. He was serious. Yeah. All right. Yeah. We're gonna take a time out one more time. This time we're gonna make it a short one, and then we're gonna get back to 1 minute. We'll be back, and we're gonna have a chance to discuss what we wanted to touch on, and that's pro wrestling, man. Like I said, big things are happening at WWE NXT. We got a big championship match coming up for NXT No Mercy. All right, 1 minute. We'll be back.
Houston, we've triumphed. I've made it back to Earth with the cargo intact. The game-changing, time-sensitive payload is none other than the revolutionary energy flavor we've all been waiting for. Introducing Merc Mayhem Cherry Limeade. Merc Clan played a crucial role in securing this energy flavor, and together we've unlocked the future of power. Merc Mayhem is not just a drink, it's a statement, a fusion of relentless energy and bold flavor. The secret is out. Merc Mayhem is set to redefine the energy landscape, leaving ordinary drinks in its cosmic dust. Get ready for a taste explosion that matches Merc Clan's unparalleled power. Join the revolution, and let's unleash Merc Mayhem upon the world. Astronaut M signing off.
Back on this edition of the A-Train Show, the A-Train, Arlington Lane. Told you 1 minute we was going to be back. I didn't want to take very long because I wanted to make sure we got our conversation in today about wrestling. Joining me as always, each and every week I'm starting to see now. I think I got him captured in for weeks now. I think I got him for the rest of the year. We'll see what happens. The good Reverend Doctor himself, Pastor Bailey. There he is.
We in it.
We in the sports pulpit today on Fun Fan Friday, and man, I had to catch the highlights because I missed NXT. But one of the big things that I saw was the tag team champions, Axiom and Nathan Frazier. They had dropped. Yep. They lost the belts to Chase U, which is a good thing for them, and it's a good thing for them to drop. I mean, I saw things on NXT that I kind of was expecting, but not expecting. One was Chase U getting the tags. And, I saw another team. I thought it was going to be the Radicals. And then everybody saw Wesley turn on the Radicals. And now he's inserted himself. He's inserted himself into the NXT championship outlook now.
I told you that was going to happen. I told you that was going to happen.
Do you believe in Joe Hendry, sir? Do you believe in Joe Hendry? Because now
I told you it was going to happen, man.
For NXT No Mercy, I think we're going to have something special for Ethan Page, man. I think they should be. I think it is a triple threat match. I know they're doing a gauntlet for Roxanne Perez's NXT Women's Championship, but I would love to see them in a triple threat match together for No Mercy. And it's like, man, I want to see somebody get Roxanne Perez. I want to see her drop the belt at some point.
Jada Parker.
You think Jada Parker is the answer to that question?
Jada Parker. She's the answer, man. I'm telling you, I better go get her. Get her quick. Jada Parker, you can build too much. To me, it would have been her. Because the person I would have gave it to is injury prone.
Yeah. I thought Lola Vice would have been a good champion.
I thought probably would. But the thing about Lola Vice is that we still got to build her up some more. Nikita Lyons would have been perfect because then you gave her that. You already gave her that big push. Then she got hurt. Then she came back, got hurt again. So it's almost kind of like, I can't keep putting that on her, and she got a great push at one point. She got a real great push, but I think Lola Vice will be the ideal thing for now. But ultimately, you want to get to a Jada Parker.
And then Pete Dunne has inserted himself in this Joe Hendry and Wesley situation. And I think when they do that triple threat match to determine who's the number one contender for Ethan Page's NXT title, I think Sheamus is going to get involved in that match and cost Pete Dunne the match. Because there's some things that need to be closed out within that chapter, whether it goes for a lengthy period of time or a short time. Bad Blood would be a good one for them. So a good spot to cultivate that and end the chapter. And
I told you when I told you when Wesley came back, I said there, and he kept saying I had nothing else to work for. Remember when he came back? He said, "Man, I don't have nothing else to work for. If I lose this European championship belt and I lose that match, I'm not going to be able to. I don't know what to do next." I said they're gonna put him in that doggone main event. I'm telling you, they got to because he ran that, and so I understand now why they let Trick Williams drop it. I understand now because you got to give somebody else another push. I think they're getting ready to push Trick to the main roster, though.
You think so, huh? So he can get his hands on Carmelo Hayes?
Carmelo Hayes. Yep. I do feel like they about. You got to think about it, man. Trick was the hottest thing going after Carmelo. You know what I'm saying? It was the hottest thing happening, and then you let him drop it to Ethan Page for what reason?
Because I you know what, I truly believe it was what Cody Rhodes had told them. You all are in a good place. Everybody's seen that Ethan Page stepped up to the plate and he was like, I'm gonna be the one that come after your WWE championship. And people forget that.
But why? But why though?
Because Ethan Page is looked at as he's a main eventer. I think he's a main eventer, in my opinion. And he can carry a show as a heel on NXT. And he can ruffle some feathers with Cody Rhodes because of their storied history they had in AEW together. You know what I mean? Okay. And then Shawn Spears come into that mix. I don't know. It'd be probably, in my opinion, sometime next year that you would have Shawn Spears come in. I think this is all next year stuff. I don't think they're doing it now. You don't want to rush it.
They got to move Trick then. They got to move Trick then. They got to move him. Because if they don't, then what you gonna do with him? If you're not gonna give him his title back,
did Trick ever get his hands on Pete Dunne yet?
No.
And there's another. Wait, look, and there's another person that can get his hands on him.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, so it's so many elements and ways they can graft this. My concern is I think they moved the title off of Trick too early.
Really?
I do. I feel like they moved it off of him too early. It doesn't it don't give him time to develop. You know what I'm saying?
And I really think that his stuff was starting to fade too.
Do you?
That whoop that Trick era that was starting to fade, man. It wasn't going. If he had the belt longer than he needed to, a lot of people would have been upset with that. Like, I think they're doing the same thing. I didn't really
see that though.
I think they're really doing the same thing like they're doing with Jade Cargill. They kind of hiding him, redevelop him, see if he can handle himself in matches and to get better. And, we had that conversation about can African Americans lead the charge, on these different promotions. And that's where it comes down to, can they do that? That's what's so hard and difficult for these guys. Because they have to have the mic skills. They got to have the in-ring skills. Now you can sit there and fight and beat up anybody, but can you do it in a wrestling style that they're looking for? That's that's what the whole hang up is. That's what the hang up is for real. And we look at, if we go look back to Monday Night Raw, things are shaping up. Now I understood why Bronson Reed did what he did to Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is off television because he's really injured now. So he got on R-Truth's case. I don't know why would that be the first thing I talk about with Monday Night Raw, because he was the first person that popped in my mind was Bronson Reed.
Right.
What do you do with him? He's causing havoc, and granted, it is low card, mid card tier status. You know, he got the top guy off television, which it made a good look for him. But then you kind of went backwards and you was dealing with R-Truth. What was funny to me during that segment is when R-Truth rolled out on one side, he rolled to the other side. You know, they sitting there trying to work with him. He rolls to the other side. All right, dude, come on. We got another one that I got to take. Come on, hurry up.
Man.
You know, like,
but I like it though. I've always liked Bronson Reed too. Anyway, I think they were trying to get him a main card. He's gonna be main card eventually. He's right now mid card, and having that big. I need my main match. Having my main match. I think the biggest issue for me, maybe he goes against Gunther. Maybe he goes up there and goes after Gunther just because, not saying that he's going to win the title, but, you know, maybe he goes after that based on saying, hey, man, I need my shot too. You giving it to this guy. Let me have mine. So will Kalani drop the NA title? I don't know. I don't know. I can't say that. I don't know who would take it off of her. That would be I mean, of course you know what I'm gonna say. You know what I'm gonna say. It don't matter what you say.
I already know who you are. You are a huge fan. You are a huge fan.
Give her one. I don't care who you give her one. Just give give her one of them. Give her a shot at one of them. Just let her have it. That, you know who am I going to talk about? JP got.
You going Jada Parker, right? Jada Parker.
You got to give JP something, man. Something. She's a monster, dude. She's a great talent. She knows her in-ring presence. Like, she's a great talent. And ironically, she's somebody as a heel and as a face. She can go in and do either. So it makes more sense. Give her the title, man. Give her something. Let her drop it to her. She should have won it first. That's what you do. You give it to her first and let her run through people. And then you give it to Kalani. I'm just a big Jada Parker fan, you know. God bless you.
I know, man. I know. I see that. I see that wholeheartedly. And one thing I've noticed also on the show, of course, this whole ordeal with the Judgment Day. At first, they were about to change the name and rebrand the team. They was gonna call them Street Trash. The fans heard about that and said, "You better not. You better not. You better not touch that. Street trash." Street trash, though, man.
Oh,
okay,
my God.
That sound like some Vince stuff.
Who came up with that mess?
I bet you that was Triple H. I bet you Triple H came up with that. I bet you.
No, that's what Shawn Michaels did. That's what Shawn Michaels did, bro. You street trash.
No, you better not touch that. Leave that. They said Judgment Day it is. We leaving that alone, okay?
Oh, my God. Oh, I'm going to get a kick out of that. They call the people street trash. I'm going to get a kick out of that, bro. That's going to be amazing.
They're going to revert back
that's
to
going to be amazing.
No, they not doing
God,
it. It's going to be it's still going to be the Judgment Day, but that was one of the names that they was throwing out. And people was responding. You better not throw that out there.
Man, come on. Give it to me, Trip. Let's go.
No,
street trash.
No, I don't want no street trash. Garbage, man. Hey, when they gonna come out? When they gonna come out in the garbage truck?
Exactly. You talking about garbage? You talking about garbage? It's exactly why they call street trash, man. It makes sense. They straight trash. It's street trash.
What are the
Man. It
garbage,
works.
man? Not a play on words that you just did. That you did a play on words. Straight trash,
I'm
right?
telling you, it's
What
straight
kids
trash.
be saying all the time, they call them street trash.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Come on,
that's
man.
gonna
Let's
mess
do
me
it.
up, dude.
Let's do it,
That's
Trip.
gonna
Let's
mess me
do
up,
it.
man. No,
Let's
no,
do
leave it alone.
it. I like the
But
Terror
that's
too, man. I like the Terror too, though.
I like that. I like that.
I
You
like the
call
Terror
it,
too. That was
yeah.
what they called
Rhea
Damien
Dominic
and Rhea.
Damien, yeah.
And yeah, man, I was like, ooh, the Terror 2 sounds dangerous, bro. And so you talking about putting them?
He
Oh
better
no, sir.
not.
No,
He
sir.
better not.
No, sir. I don't think so. I don't think
He
so.
better not.
It'll be somebody else. It'll be somebody else. And I wouldn't even be surprised if it's Odyssey Jones.
It'll be a cold day in hell for Tony D to get the belt off of Obafemi after what he did to Otis. And granted, it was a great match. And I think right now, there was a question WWE asked, who's the best champion in WWE? I said it's Obafemi. It ain't even close.
Yeah.
It ain't even close.
Well, I like what Wesley was great.
No, they're talking about currently. Wesley's not a champion.
Yeah. Obafemi, hands down.
It's not even close.
Hands down.
The best champion. Man, come on. And I get it. I know what you mean by the Wesley's North American title run. Yes, it was great.
Yeah, that was massive. But greatest champion, best champion we got right now, Obafemi.
No question. And if he dropped the title to Tony D, it's gonna be hell to pay.
Yeah, I'm lost.
Unless he getting in, and only way that Obafemi is getting in with that is if he terrorizing that NXT championship match. That's the only way.
Either that or they moving him up.
And getting him with Odyssey Jones. Do you know if he were to get to the final testament? No, I'm not going to start that. I'm not going to stop. Let me stop. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Hey, man.
This whole thing with Xavier Woods, right?
Yeah,
you're starting to see that. You see in the plants, you see the seeds and stuff. You see stuff being planted.
But see, I don't like that. That's predictable, though. But that's what I'm saying. I don't like that.
And they can swerve. And he can swerve us. He can swerve us. Make him think that that's where he going, but he don't go. Ultimately go. You know what I mean? There could be an ultimate swerve with that. My prediction to that is he's going to pull a Daniel Bryan and Sami Zayn with the final testament. He's going to join them, but he's not joining them. He's not going to join them for their reasons. He's joining them for his reason.
Right.
That part.
He gonna sabotage it from the inside.
But then I can hear it now to myself. Well, that's happened already. Why we need to do that again? Because you haven't done it with him, and they can do it. You know what I mean? So there's different ways.
I think they could have just cut this out only because you already know Big E ain't coming back. He had a serious injury that will not allow him to wrestle it ever again. He won't. He has to retire. He said it. The doctors have said it. It's pretty much a wrap. So why not include Odyssey Jones in the New Day as a replacement? Why not? It makes more sense.
Because
you keep going after the title. You keep going after the record. Why not?
I mean, because that was a special group. You know what I'm saying? When they all came together, man.
Yeah, but you lost one of the soldiers. So
that was 8-9 years running, man. Like you ain't had a faction like that.
No. Now you got the bloodline, but you ain't having one like that.
Yeah, but it's the story. That's the difference. The story. New Day, you could just put them in different places, and that's why stuff was working for them.
Agreed.
But it's like, man, to throw in Odyssey Jones with this group, it's just like I'm not ready for that. I'm not.
I don't see it being a bad idea though.
I'm against it, honestly. I'm against it.
Are
I
you?
wouldn't.
Are you?
Yeah, because that's not the group. It's not the group. He'll be an
I
unofficial
understand.
member.
I understand it from a perspective. I understand it from the perspective of making sure, because you want to keep it what it was based on Big E. But I think my issue though is, what have they done since that?
Place them in different stuff. Right now, they're in the best storyline they've probably been in a long time.
Yeah,
With
what
this
is
Final
it?
Testament? It's the storyline.
Yeah, but they not in. But unfortunately, man, the storyline haven't even caught traction yet. You put him in there,
yeah.
You get them three.
Oh, yeah.
You get them three. Now I'm gonna tell you something. Them boys over there at Final Testament, bro, they are massive. I mean, they used to be NXT champions, tag team
champions too.
Hey, they massive. So you
I'm
think
surprised
about
that
it.
they brought ALP back. Honestly, I'm surprised they brought ALP.
Oh no, I loved it. Oh, I loved it, dude. I thought they should have been tag champions for a minute now. Hey, we need that dominant. Cause we ain't had that in a while. We need that, like that rugged dominant. When was the last time we had a tag team champion that was that dominant like that? Other than when they put Undertaker and Kane together.
Hey, were they having for like a year and stuff?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right.
When the last time you seen it?
All right, we're getting close to the end of the show. Bash at Berlin. We're gonna have to touch on that Monday too. Gunther and Randy Orton. Yeah. Hey, you gotta stay alert. Gotta stay alert. He's called the Legend Killer for a reason. I don't think Randy's gonna get him though at Berlin, man. If he does, that means there's a plan to make a transitional champion, and it's nothing against Gunther. So I think Gunther can always get it back. But if Gunther were to lose the title, I don't think it's a bad thing. Especially if the direction that they take it with Randy Orton, because he's a transitional champ, is for another person to get an opportunity at it. There's a great chance Drew McIntyre is going to interfere. There's a great chance that CM Punk is going to interfere in this match as well as what we have seen on Raw. And the last thing, the piece de resistance here is I wanted to make sure I show this from Friday Night SmackDown.
I'm the chief now. I'm the man. You want some of this? You want some of this? This is what you want. Come and get it.
There. I wanted to throw that out there. Real quick. Hey, you see how excited you got with that?
Let's go.
Listen,
that's
what we got in store.
Let's go.
Do we have a match in Berlin? Do we get a match in Berlin?
Yes, sir.
Do we get a match in Berlin? Sir. I don't want it. I don't want it there. As a matter of fact, I don't want it there. I don't want it there.
We're gonna get a match in Berlin because there need to be one in order to set up bad blood. It's gonna be a bad interference in that match that's gonna set up bad blood. I'm telling you right now, we're gonna get a match at Berlin, but it's gonna set up bad blood. I'm telling you, bad blood gonna be bananas.
All right. We got to do this again on Monday. All right, we're going to revert back to the Monday, Friday thing, and we're going to have some fun with this. We're going to see what happens on Friday. We're going to see what happens on Friday Night SmackDown, and we're going to react to it, of course, on Monday and get you geared up for what to look for on Monday Night Raw. Woo. All right, thanks to those that tuned in to the show today. Thank you to the Reverend Doctor. Popping in again, the Sports Pulpit. It'll return again on Monday, and looking forward to it then. All right. Thanks to Macdougall Bats, Just Me, Jerky, Dubby Energy Powder, Royal Retros, and my favorite. I know I'm missing somebody, and they're gonna be mad at me for doing it too.
True Victory Apparel.
It's True Victory Apparel. See, look, I knew he's gonna remember. See, look at that. He remembering everything now.
I'm in now.
Thank you, Punk. in now. You in it now. See, you said
I'm in it now, man. Let's go.
Now. All right.
Let's
so
go.
So the Reverend Doctor returned again. You're gonna have to make a new logo now, man.
Yeah, I gotta come up with a new logo.
Training doc, man. Training pastor or something, man. New name is coming, man. I don't know. We'll have to talk about that.
Let's go, man. Let's get it. We'll come up with something.
Yeah, we'll come up with something. But for now, the A-Train show will remain, and then yeah, we got more chaos that we got to deal with come Monday. Oh, Lord, I can't believe this. All right. That'll wrap this up, this edition up for the A-Train show. Good Reverend Doctor, thank you so much. A-Train,
good to be
signing
here, man.
out. Yes, sir. We here. And we're going to keep doing that thing right here on Fuel Sports
Yes,
Network.
sir.
Y'all be easy. Have a good weekend.